All right, what's up, everyone? Hey, how's it going? It's me, Rody here. I know I haven't been live very often, guys. I do miss the lives. I've been very busy with life and kids and everything. But we've been chomping away at the tickets this year. We've been winning live final entries. So I had three of those. So that's I've been to four live events in my life, and in the course of the last few years, actually. And I have this event's my fifth one, and I have three entries in it. So if I get one more entry, that's just as many entries as I've had in all past events just for this one event. So it's very crazy, and I've done it with very limited bankroll, very low bankroll. I grind tickets, I grind satellites, and I keep churning away. So, um, what are we gonna do to win more tickets today? Who's the new guy, man? What's up? Happy Fourth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is up? Yeah, I got a haircut yesterday. I still got my old Cardinal shirt on, and we're down in the basement when I'm doing this. Look, I was gonna fire up, just showing everyone my tickets right now. I'm holding a pretty good bag of tickets. We got a lot of these. We're drafting best ball. I'm probably gonna have best ball content out soon. This whole month will be best ball content. I'll do some short videos again. I'll do some other things again. Just showing off the best ball stuff. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, we got quite a bit of best ball we're drafting already. So I have literally all day I have to be drafting best ball. Tomorrow we have the 12-20s tomorrow, the big contest, 100 people. This will simulate me at the live event, 100 people, three entries. This will kind of be a little warm up to that event. Actually, I'll play it like I will play my three entries at the live final. Hopefully, take the top one of the top two spots down tomorrow. With that, get my fourth entry. But yeah, we've been killing the tickets. We got a lot of these Millie best ball tickets, 555s. This random qualifier for King of the Showdown, we got that a little heavy. We did pick up a 333 last night, 9 111 tickets, and a bunch of these Millie golf ones. So we've been crushing it. I know you guys want to see the picks, the plays, what we're doing. Also, I have the playbook up as well. Let's go to Daily Pro Picks, and we'll show the playbook off as well. I know people ask how to use the playbook, how to do all that and everything. Come on, load. Maybe there's an error with it. I don't know. Bad gateway. There is an error with it. Maybe that link's broken. We'll have to get that fixed, guys. I know I always post a link in the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord, jump in the Discord. We can just pull it up from there. Hopefully it's all working. It works from the Discord, so hopefully I can bring it over. It worked. Okay, good. Should be live for you guys. Hope you can see it live. Now the playbooks should be up there. Yeah, I might be a little behind in the live right now. I don't know why, but shows there. So happy Fourth, Pope. What's up, my man? So yeah, I just put the screenshot of the plays up there that I did. I'm going to be talking about the plays, so I didn't write the article. Here's the live link if you guys are in the Discord. Obviously, you're now at the live link because you're listening to me. But we got some games. We got some weather, a little weather update here. I got the weather on the other screen, just kind of watching the weather a little bit today. Actually, I must have deleted the weather screen. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the weather report. So that Detroit Minnesota game's got some good pitching in it. We got Kenta Miata, very cheap against the Twins. I think he's a great option. Bailey Uber's a great option. Those would be good options. I don't have them marked here just because the game's not going to finish probably. They might PPD it just to delay the game and get everyone out early. They don't want people sitting around on the 4th, so they're probably going to figure that out. So this is the kind of chart. I list some chalk stacks. It is a bad pitching slate. I mean, we got Chris Bassinet on FanDuel rated the best, and then the Astros rated the number one projected stock on FanDuel. You can see that's just how wonky this slate is today. Very close projections, very close everything. That's just my playbook. I don't want to show too much on the free content here. Obviously, this is our SaberSim product, which we can build lineups and stuff like that. I don't want to go too long. I'm having a pool party upstairs today. I got bacon wrap filet mignons we're going to have today. So we got a lot brewing here at the Roadie's house today. So I got to build my lineups as well. I'm just putting two in, very small, going for these tickets and satellites and stuff, chasing Mega Milli tickets. What we can do. Um, yeah, so Pavetta, Bailey Uber are kind of the guys, but if we don't like that game with weather, let's stay up to date on that weather game in Minnesota. I kind of like going to Scherzer. If you look at my playbook, I got Scherzer marked. I got Framber at 7,500 marked. Love to play Kenta Miata at 6,300. I'm in these cheap pitchers, but look, I mean, it's only a high projection of 18 today for Uber, and you can get another guy 6,300 for 11. I mean, say Uber gives up some runs, Detroit's been playing well. Maybe he only scores 14, and then if, Kenta Maeda gets to 20 or something. Like, it's not that big of a difference. It's not like we have a 24 projection for, Max Scherzer's gonna light up the Padres today, which he absolutely could. That's why I kinda like him. 8,800. I don't know what his pitch count is. Let's see. He's gonna be less than the other guy's pitch count. Basket gets a little bit more, he goes longer, but Houston's a little bit better team. I think Jordan, those guys scored 9 runs yesterday. I had Houston stacked. I had Jordan. I had Diaz, and I paired him with Freeman's homer and Otani, but Otani didn't do anything. My lineup could have been much, much better yesterday. I scored 150. Cheap pitching. I double cheap pitchers. I don't know if it was double cheap. It was pretty cheap. It wasn't the chalk Rodon or anything, you know. But yeah, also, we talk my playbook over here. I got the Reds listed just because they're a leverage stack today, and they're also been a hot team. So you kind of want to play these hot teams. You can do that with pitching too. Avoid teams that are hot. Like if Bailey Uber only projected 18, Detroit's been hitting well. Don't play Bailey Uber. But there's also weather concerns there. Red Sox been hot. You got Nick Pivetta. He's a good option. I think we go to that option today as well. He's decently priced at 8,600. Scherzer 8,800. I don't mind pairing one of these guys with like these 7K guys, like Framber Valdez, or I would love to. I don't really want to play Frankie Montas today, but I mean, all these pitchers are viable. Any of them are really viable. Same with the stacks. I mean, my favorite stacks are probably going to be the Astros, um, and then the Sox, and then the Yankees are very high projected, but they're very high owned. I think if you pair them with some cheap Astros or something, they make it work. But you also got to kind of find the stack that's going to be a little cheaper. So some value plays today would be like, Cleveland's got some cheap guys. Second baseman, 2K guy, batting second. We'll wanna play him probably. He's a cheap play I got listed here. So you got projections here. He's batting 2K. Maybe they subbed him out. Maybe I'm not updated. No, he's 2.2K. No, that ain't right. Oh, I'm on FanDuel. Duh. I got another screen here showing some listing some cheap plays, and I had the wrong site up there. But sorry, I got multiple screens. I got weather going on. I got cheat plays going on. Yes, he's 2.2K on DraftKings, 2K flat on FanDuel, which is a great play. 10 of you guys in here, don't forget to hit the like button. More people hit the like button, more people comment in the chat. The bigger the chat grows. I know it's kind of random. Everyone thought it was going to be at noon. It's going to be at noon because I'm still going live right now. Ask the questions away. If you don't get your question asked, jump in the Discord, drop it in the Discord later. Guys, we have a bunch of new subscribers for TrueDFS. Obviously, Sheets has been killing all sports. Projections are there. We're making some changes. We got a developer making some different changes. So yeah, we got things going on. So make sure you're in the Discord. That's where all the information is. I post my links there. Bobby posts his links there. Sheets has stuff in there, and you can also ask questions in the Discord. So back to stacks. We like the Yankees. We like Houston Astros. We like Cleveland. Cleveland's projected very well as well. Their ownership's going to probably relate to that. It's going to be roughly, mid ownership levels. This isn't too bad. The Yankees are probably higher than that, actually. Let's look at the Yankees. Yankees are, they're in the 20% for their three top guys, Judge Soto and Ben Rice, because Ben Rice is batting leadoff. $2,800 is a cheap play, similar to that Angel Martinez we just talked about at second base. I mean, you could literally put together a beautiful lineup with the Guardians and the Yankees and make something work. And then look at these cheap prices on DraftKings here. So we have options there, but we got to find the plays that don't work. We got to find the stacks that are going to get low owned. That we want to win the satellites with a little bit of help there. We look at Boston; they're relatively not that owned. They're going up against, not a great pitcher in Kyle Tyler. Is that the pitcher? Yeah, I really like the Sox ownership's pretty good. I really like the Sox ownership today. Let's look at the weather. It's not a good hitting park though. It's indoors, right? Yeah, it's Miami. They're in Miami. So, yeah, it's not a great hitting park. But they got some bats, they don't have, the greatest lineup overall, but they get, some cheap bats. Like Yoshada's batting 6 at 3,500. You got, Rafael Devers for third base. Third base is a strong position today. I think we're going to struggle at third base, just because there's a lot of options there. Um, we have Ramirez, Devers are there. Those are like the two top guys, but they're the two best teams on the slate. Like I think they're one of the top two stacks to play. Bregman there is the cheap option that we like in the Astros stack, which we do like to play him a lot. He's been doing well for us as he picked it up. You got that Angel Martinez guy. He's at third base. I thought he was at second base. He must be second eligible on FanDuel. That's going to throw a wrinkle in things. A lot of things. He's getting more ownership than some of these guys. Yeah, third base is going to be tough today. You got Miranda if you really want to chance the Twins game. You just got a lot of options there today. Second base, I thought we could play him at Jimenez is at second base. So yeah, he's 4,500. He's not a bad play. You got David Hamilton. He's been playing better. He's priced up a little bit, but batting second. I like him. Gleyber Torres at 3,500 is very reasonable for the Yankees. He's getting a little pretty high owned. Then Toronto against Framber. I actually like Framber a little bit today. Toronto has been one of the hotter teams if you do want to chance them. But yeah, just kind of talking through the slate. We went through second and third. We went through kind of first. We talked about Ben Rice cheap. We talked about Josh Naylor. Well, we didn't talk about him, but the stack, Cleveland stack, he's grades out the best, but owned. Ben Rice is very chalky today. I don't know. Do we just avoid that or do we play that? I don't know. I think I want to go elsewhere there. I think I like a different first baseman. But there's not that many great options at first. Nate Lowe's been tearing it up. He's batting 6 for 3,500. Dominic Smith for Boston. He might be the guy at 3,000. Helps make things work a little bit. But he's lower owned than the rest of the stack. You can make things work a little bit better with him because we don't have that 6K pitcher unless you take Kenta Miata and unless you take some of the Frankie Montas against the Yankees. If you take some of those players, then you can make it work with these bigger bats, stack the heavy bats for Cleveland or something. Catcher's probably a tough position. It's been decent this year. Diaz's been good. These prices are very reasonable for all catchers. A lot of upside at catchers. Bo Naylor even at 8. Jeffers has always been a decent player for us, hitting a dinger here and there. Danny Jansen's back playing okay again, Toronto, and then you got Kirk there too. Both catchers are viable, but they're both batting up in the order. You got Austin Wells is projecting pretty decent just because that game, but he's very high owned. I'd fade that. I don't think it's worth 16% owned, to be honest with you. So yeah, there's a lot of options here. I'd say my favorite's probably like Bo Naylor or just kind of play your stack, whatever you end up stacking. Diaz is my next favorite at 4, or yeah, because I want to stack Cleveland, Houston type thing, and I like them. And then I like Reese McGuire. I don't mind him. I guess he's in the Boston stack. You can do too. Let's go to shortstop. Usually a great position: Seager, Turner, Cruz, Hamilton, Correa, Bichette, Velope. These guys are good. Swanson's even hit homers for us a lot lately. Cubs been hot, but we're not going to go there. We haven't talked about Pena batting up at 6 today, a little bit higher in the order. But Houston's a good stack. I usually don't include Pena. I did include him that one day. I had that big day. He had that 2-homer or 1-homer day, and then a couple RBIs or something at like 30. I won a lot of money that day when I had the Houston stack. Houston seems to be a stack I keep winning with. People fading it because, Tucker's not there. This guy's not there. But then they scored 9 runs last night. Okay. Jordan's very good, obviously. But Ellie Deli Cruz is the top option, I think. He steals bases. He's really good. But they are playing a little bit tougher game, but they're at the Yanks and they've been on fire. So if a Reds mini stack is what you end up on today, I don't fault you guys for that. I'm probably going to have something like that. All right, to round it off, we got Judge, Soto, Alvarez, Duran, O'Neill. These guys are the best of the best. They're hitting homers all the time. They do it well. Riley Green for Detroit's even done well. If you're interested in chancing the game, Vertigo's a cheap option. Just some guys that are projected well. I'd play them in your stacks. There might be some cheap guys in the outfield that you could play probably. I don't really have all the plays for that. Let me see. Oh, Grisham for the Yanks is back. He's only 2,400. You got the Cleveland guy, John Cassie Noel, 2,500 batting fifth. That's a really good play in your Cleveland stack. You got um, let's see if any other cheap guy batting up there is Gavin Sheets for the White Sox, but we don't really like that. He's batting fifth versus the live Ben Lively. I think I don't mind pitching playing Ben Lively. I got him marked on the playbook. If you guys are just here, check out the playbook. I did mark some stuff very low on the pitchers today. They're not projected well. The stacks are critical. I did add FanDuel. They have an extra game in. So we have that up there. Happy 4th to everyone. I'm going to let you guys get out of here early. I guess maybe we could do a quick build. I know some of you guys like to do a build. We can do a build on what I do. So this is exactly my method. I come in here and change that to 49,400. Okay. Don't matter how many lineups, 150 max. I build settings or that. I come down here to contest sims. I add some contest sims in. Let's say we want to do it for, let's say we want to do the 150K early relay throw. It's got 11,000 entries. So we go back up to settings. That looks pretty good. We want this. Then I go over here to my team stack or my game stack exposures. I get rid of all this. I know Sheets looks at it and then he doesn't remove them. Make sure he doesn't get the randoms. I just remove the randoms. Okay, then I go back to players. I hit build lineups and it builds lineups. Okay. It's that simple. This is Jake's process. I do a lot of these. I do a lot of these MMEs like the Mega Maxes or whatever, the $3 stuff like that. I'll drop 150 in here and there, or some of the stuff that we can play, the mini maxes you guys can play and stuff. We can drop, 150 in there, or you can jukebox 20 max. There's the solo shot 20 max for the $1. I encourage you guys to play those types of contests, right? The $1, the $3, the 25 cents, the 50 cents, just work on your MME game for baseball, don't always like listen to what the optimizer says. I'll show you what I do here in a minute. I'll tweak it. I always tweak the players I like. So the guys I just talked about, if I'm not getting any of them, I will go add them in. I will go make sure I'm getting the pitchers that I want. I will X teams out when it's a weather problem. I will lower exposure. So when I build all my golf lineups the other day, I got guys that I liked. I watched Sheets and Bobby's video. I like these guys. Mark Hubbard. I added 15% on Mark Hubbard. I put that in there. I make those adjustments that I want. I don't just let this optimizer spit it out. Um, I did select the contest sim, didn't I? I've never got that error before. Oh, I must have not saved the contest sim. Oops. I found the contest sim, but I forgot to save the sim relay. I just name it whatever it is. My bad. Oops. My bad. Okay, now we can run contest sims. I was like, I've never got this error before. Forgot to hit save. So this is Jake's process. We'll run the sims, see what we'll get. Actually, we can look at what we get already. I like to a lot of times go to my exposures. We should probably just make this 150. I change this to a 3. I usually use min uniques anywhere from 2 to 4. I use just kind of be different. So if we get our stack exposures, this MME usually gets kind of different from what I usually do. So like a team stacks, we're gonna get a lot of the Phillies. It looks like a lot of the White Sox. Which some of them value pretty good for the White Sox, but they're just teams that aren't projecting well. They're going up against a good pitcher, and if you want to win all of it, you take the leverage, right? White Sox are leverage, Phillies, Cubs are all leverage. I do like to see Houston here and Detroit because those are teams I did, and the Reds. So those are teams. A lot of the chalky teams are what? The Yanks, Boston, Cleveland. Well, they're not going to get a bunch of projection, but if you're like, hey, I think Cleveland's really going to do good today, I'm going to put 20%. I think Boston's really going to do good today, I'm going to put 15%. So then these 4%, we bumped them back up. Now they're up here in their mid pack. So it kind of evens itself out. We're still getting the White Sox. Maybe we lost a little bit here. Maybe we want 20% of Houston. So I bump it up back up. And we got our Houston back again. Actually, now Houston's on the top stack. Okay. We forced a little bit of Houston in there. We got more stacks of Houston, and we like this. We don't like, maybe you're like, oh, I can't deal with only 2% of the Yankees, so let's put 8% of the Yankees in. Okay, so let's there. Now our stacks are good, right? So now we go over to players. I always look at our pitchers. So what's our exposures for our pitchers look like? So we're at 61 of Framber. That's fine. That's a guy that I talked about. Nick Pivetta, a guy that I talked about. Maybe you're worried about the weather with this one. You want to just say, hey, I only want like 15% of it. I want a chance 15% of it. So you go throw that in 15%. Boom. We made some adjustments. Uber's down to 15. We've got more Pivetta now because we made that cheaper swap, or that same cost swap, because Uber and Pavetta are the same price. So just probably put Pavetta in there over Uber. Frambear, he dropped a little bit, but still good, right where we want to see him. Kenta Miata right there. Maybe we want to chance that game 10 to 15%. Scherzer, we only got him at 9. So like I like Scherzer. Maybe we want him at 20. Right. Let's see what this does. Sometimes you can't do it all with your 150, but we can today. Okay, now we got more Scherzer. Now our top 3 guys that I talked about right here, guys, is a 150 build by me. This is what we would do. Right? Our stack exposures are good. We're all 5-man stacks. We're getting Houston. We're getting Cleveland that we want. We added those 2 in because we like them. Okay, our Reds dropped a little bit. Maybe we want to say, oh, I didn't like how the Reds dropped out. Let's bump them back up to 15. Let's boom up to 15. So now we got our players we want. We have our pitchers we want. I only really worry about the pitchers. I don't worry about any of the hitters. I don't ever worry. Everyone's like, how do we pick the hitters we want? I said, I don't care if it puts the 8th batter in, the 9th batter, the 7th batter, whatever. We got Riley Green. We got the 8th Gio Urshela at third base. He's not one of the third basemen I talked about, but he fits in this stack. We got a Padres White Sox stack, this is our some of our leverage stacks, but then we got White Sox, we got Detroit. These are just our leverage stacks. But then you'll start getting to the Astros stack. Cabbage, we got a 9th batter. Altuve, Bregman, Yanner Diaz. We got Swanson. We talked about. Just putting good batters in, good projections, using our salary. We got 2 pitchers we want. This is a lineup that I might toss right now. I could toss this lineup. I think Mark Cannon's a good option, batting 4th, cheap. Swanson, I mentioned, shortstop, cheap. Riley Green, I mentioned, he's a good hitter. He's a power hitter for Detroit. He's been doing good. So, that's a good lineup. I would say, hey, I like both these pitchers. I like this lineup. I'm going to like save this lineup or whatever. I'm going to star this lineup. Okay. So, yeah, that's how I would build lineups. And, I just look through them. Maybe we want to play a Reds lineup, or we like this 5-3 Detroit stack with Scherzer and Valdez, 2 pitchers I talked about. So I build this MME to what I like. Okay. I built 150 good lineups. It's got some leverage. It's got all the stacks in it. It's got some leverage. It's got some White Sox. It's got the stacks that I want. It's a little bit under on the Yanks, which maybe they're over chalky. They can go put up a dud today. And that's just what it is. Okay. So I'm going to end on that note. We're looking at the stacks on the side. I'm just scrolling through them. Here's a Reds Cleveland stack, a stack we talked about. If you're worried about Uber, swap it out with Valdez, or not Valdez, Pavetta. Just swap it. Like take Uber, put in Pavetta, and that's 49,900. Okay, very easy. If you're worried about the White Sox not doing good, Robert's been doing pretty good. He's up in price, but maybe you want to just do a 3-man Cleveland stack. Switch it out to a Cleveland player that's in the outfield. You got a Cleveland guy that you want and priced up, Quan 5,600. So you need to find some way to get it lowered. Maybe play not Uber, play the guy that's cheaper. Okay, you could just pivot around it, and then that's how you build your single entry lineup. You just kind of take the lineups you're given. You need to be about 8,200. Bassinet if you want to play against Houston, but maybe you're not stacking Houston in this one, right? So play Bassinet against Houston. Maybe Houston sucks today, and you got some good leverage. What up, MJ? I did a really nice video today. I did an MME build for you guys as well. I talked all the plays. I kind of critiqued the MME build to be what I wanted it, adjusting my stacks like this. I adjust my team stacks a little bit. You can see my ownerships, the teams I want. I went in and did the players I wanted pitching. I've added 20% a year. And really, I only had to add 20% to Max Scherzer, and I'm getting my top 3 guys. I think Framber, Nick Pivetta and Max Scherzer are all under-owned today. I think those are good plays, and that's where the build took me. SaberSim did good on the pitching and the player combinations. I've adjusted the stacks a little bit to get what I wanted, and that's just what we're doing, so we're getting what we want. And I showed everyone the playbook. So if you didn't catch the entire video, start from the scratch. Hope you guys enjoy it. I got to go build 2 quick lineups, get up to the pool party, enjoy the 4th today. So as always, guys, someone even said it in the chat. We always say, let's get it. Happy 4th, guys. Let's go win some satellites today. Let's go take down some big money. I want to see some 50K screenshots. Someone take down the relay or something sweet today. Hopefully it is. This is a small slate. We have a weather concern in Detroit. Just listen to the 27-minute video.